What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans. Happy Freedom Friday.
Come on, man.
Appreciate you guys being here. We're going to read over the schedule really quick, and then we'll make sure all the chats are running and all that stuff. And then we'll go ahead and move forward. So today we're going to be starting off, well, first, there's no White House press briefing today. There is stuff going on in the White House, but nothing you guys want to see. Old man Walter and stuff like that. Nothing too special. Nothing too fancy. But there's no press briefing today. So we'll be starting off with a video titled Tudor Dixon, the left is waging a war on hot chicks. With the Bud Light stuff and the Miller Lite stuff and all the other stuff. They don't want no hot chicks. I think they worded it like that because you can't say woman. Whoa, man. You can't say that. You can't say that anymore. That's a bad word. Then we have another video titled Hyundai and LG is to build a $4.3 billion battery plant in the U.S. because they're trying to benefit off the government grants pushing for EVs and all that. Then we have a video titled This is Turning into a Legitimate Crisis, talking about New York and all the border crossers over there, how they're just taking over everything and they're spending tax dollars to house these individuals. So that's a thing. That's a thing. Then we have a video titled Elon Musk's Neuralink has FDA approval for study on brain implants for humans. You have to download the latest firmware for common sense. We're gonna need that. They're talking about you'll have the ability for telepathy. You know what I'm talking about? Moving things with your brain. You're going to have those kind of abilities and all kinds of other stuff. They're going to be able to fix you if you're paralyzed and all that. It's interesting. I'm kind of surprised the FDA approved it. Kind of. A little bit. They don't really have our best interest at heart. They just give the green light on experimentation. Then we have a video titled Mississippi Police Shoot 11-year-old Boy After His Call to 911. Not only is this tragic, but there's some political activists involved, and they're pushing for some BLM protests and stuff. This may be how we kick off the summer. I will say right now, the little boy did survive. He is recovering and whatnot. He did not die, thank goodness. Then we have a follow-up video titled Family Demands Answers After 11-year-old Boy is Shot by Police. The reason we're doing this back-to-back, one has a lot of information on what happened. The second one has some details filling in some questions you may have after the first video. Plus, it shows a little bit more of the protesting side of things, kind of really giving you a full picture there. Then we have a few videos that are going to be for the alternative platforms only because they're just too spicy for YouTube's really harsh community guidelines. First one, brawl breaks out in Chicago International Airport. Just normal Chicago shenanigans. That's what that is. Chicago shenanigans. People just fighting just for the sake of being, out there fighting. The police ain't gonna do anything to you. Might as well throw hands. Why not? I ain't got nothing for you but these hands. Then we have a video titled DeSantis turned over control of his message to the Twitter launch. I was kind of talking about this yesterday. I don't know why DeSantis thought that going on Twitter Spaces was going to be the best way to announce his campaign run and all that. I thought that was a bad move, and then it crashed anyway, so I don't know. It talks about that. The reason that's on the alternative platforms is because there's quite a bit of mentioning of the orange eagle in that video. And then we have a video titled You're Either a Culture of Life or a Culture of Death, talking about curing yourself of pregnancy. You can't talk about that on YouTube. Not allowed to. And then we will be wrapping things up with a video titled This is a Chilling Message for Machete-Wielding Maniacs That Want to Teach, talking about that professor that went after I don't want to word it like that. That's over-exaggeration. She had conflict with students that had a table talking about why it's bad to chemically delete children. And then reporters went to her dwelling. I don't know if it's an apartment or what it is. Her halfway house, probably. Her dwelling, and she pulled a machete on the reporter. But then they also mentioned that she went downstairs after them and chased them in the street with the machete. Well, now we have the footage of that. And it's a little bit, nothing bad happens, but because YouTube is so soft, I probably can't get away with showing it on YouTube. I want to say there was a warning on the video. I had to click through saying, yes, I'm willing to see this graphic footage. That's not graphic. Nothing actually happened. It's almost a game of tag. But yeah, it's so soft on YouTube that I have to watch out for that kind of stuff. So either way, it is worth watching. So I believe, yes, I did. I posted the link. Apparently the poll went away. I don't know. YouTube's having issues, I guess. Yes, so the link is posted on YouTube, so you guys can make your way over to Rumble once that time occurs. It is worthwhile to go over to Rumble to make an account anyways, just because YouTube's trying to MySpace themselves. But also we have all that information that's going to be coming out on Rumble. Let's see if everything's running smoothly on all the platforms. I don't understand why the poll disappeared. I don't understand. I really don't want to have to go through making that again. That sucks. Anyways, what's up T-Lawden? What's up Matthew? What's up Toy Mafia? What's up Lifelike? What's up Adrian? What's up Anthony? What's up Damon Walker? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Happy Freedom Friday. I appreciate all of you being here. See, that bums me out. I had that on the poll, and now it's just gone. It's missing. What's up, Dudden? What's up, Bubba? What's up, Winning Streak? Need some coffee. We need to come out with our own coffee. What's up, Steve? What's up, Sam? What's up, Red Eye? What's up, Zero Gravity? What's up, Todd? What's up, Hydrodynamic? Where you been, Hydrodynamic? Where have you been? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, GQ? What's up, Edward? Edward, I'm waging a war on hot chicks too. You need to calm down over there. Okay, summer just started. You need to calm down. What's up, Kristen? What's up, Crystal Blue? What's up, Birdmain? What's up, 24/7? Happy freedom, hooligans. What's up, Leonardo? What's up, Salty Ragu? Let's see. Making our way down the list. Making my way downtown. Getting it. What's up, Kristen? What's up, Here's What? What's up, Shanti? Happy freedom. Shanti, I always spot you out of the crowd. There's somebody I used to know that was a carpenter. That was their last name. There's a whole family of them near me, and I was friends with one of them, and I don't know if I've told you guys this, but a couple days ago, he hanged himself. And I used to be really cool with this guy, and it is really hitting home for me and WMM because we went to high school together. We thought something else happened, but then we found out, no, he hanged himself the other day, and that's really something that I'm having a hard time processing. I don't know if it's grief I'm dealing with or what, but every time I see your name, it makes me think of that. I don't know if you guys are related or not, but goodness, it weighs heavy on my heart. What's up, Fitzy? What's up, Daryl? What's up, Nowhere Man? Happy Freedom. What is she being charged with? Oh, sadistic conspiracy or something. I don't know, something stupid. Where they're saying that she's not even going to do time. She's not going to do time. I can't remember what I did. I did something stupid when I was 17 years old, and they were going to give me 8 years in prison, and it was nowhere near chasing someone down with a machete or sticking it to their neck or anything like that. Nowhere near that. And so I see this stuff in New York, and it makes me bitter. Because I didn't do hardly nothing as far as bad things go when I was 17, and they were always trying to give me years. They were trying to give me years all the time. They were like, you want to get out of prison at 28? And I'm like, well, no. And they're like, well, you need to stop swearing. You need to stop being so threatening with your appearance because we're going to give you a decade in prison even though you're only 17. I used to hate that. And I see these people acting like assholes, and then they're like, yeah, no, we know they burned their house down and killed all their children and molested their dog, but no, we're not going to give them jail time. And I'm like, what? I don't know. It's no good. What's up, enter username? What's up, Alan? What's up, Wade? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. Let's see. Wade, yeah, we covered it for 3 days. I just can't say that word on YouTube. The anti-deletus fetus word, I can't say that. Not allowed to. But I'm well aware of what you're talking about, though. We've covered it for 3 days now. Yes. Oh, no worries, Shanti. You know, after my grandparents died, it's really hard for me to feel things. I was raised by my great-grandparents, spent most of my life being brought up by my great-grandmother, and then in the summer, me and my sister, we would go and spend the summer with my great-grandfather. Lived with them years till I was like 15 years old. And then I finally went to live with Mom for 2 years, and then lived with Dad for 3 years, and then I was homeless for 2 years, and then I just grew up after that. Just got my own place and whatever. Found my way, but, you know, first my grandpa kicked the bucket. That destroyed any kind of a person I had left in me. It pretty much ruined my humanity. And so I was just trying to keep positive attitude and be a good grandson to my grandmother, and then 2 years later she kicked the bucket, and now I'm barely a person. I'm pretty much AI in the physical form at this point. I mean, I'm probably clinically a sociopath, but that's okay. So dealing with somebody I went to high school with deleting themselves is like, I feel something, but I don't know what it is. It just feels like weight. Inside, and I assume it's grief, but I don't know how to deal with it because I can't feel things really anymore. So, 'tis what it is. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Watch me get a penalty for everything I've said. Just being honest. I don't know. I'm always walking on eggshells with YouTube. The only time I'm not is when I'm playing the game. And most of you guys don't like watching me play the game, so it is what it is. Either way, what's up everyone on JeffMAC Live, secret YouTube channel. Happy Freedom. What's up everyone on Twitch? What's up Tom? What's up Great Wolf? What's up Two Ruby Shoes? Appreciate you guys being here. Oh, that sucks, Tom. Sorry to hear that. What's up everyone on Kick? Somebody's actually watching on Kick. Happy Freedom wherever you are. Appreciate you watching on Kick. What's up everyone on Odyssey? What's up Nefties? What's up Donna Sparks? Appreciate you being here. Happy Freedom hooligans. Alright, what's up everyone on Rumble? What's up Rasta? What's up The Observer? What's up Serum? Serum, I appreciate you writing me on Gilded. I'm going to go through that. I appreciate the feedback big time. I seen a little bit of the notification there. I appreciate you helping me out. What's up Screaming Eagle? What's up Pumpkin? Let's see. Making my way down the chat. What's up, Screaming Eagle? I don't know if I already said that, but I want to make sure you feel welcome. I appreciate you being here every day. What's up, Crystal Blue? Oh, hold on a second. I think I've been tagged in some stuff. Let me see. Pumpkin, it's okay to feel sad. Yeah, it's not that I'm, too big of a man to feel sad or anything. It's not like that. I have a disconnect. It was really hard to deal with my grandpa passing. I was in a time of need. Big time of need. I mean, lawyers and potential family members being removed from my life, and I was almost homeless, and all this other stuff was going on, and my grandpa was like, just hold on for like 30 more days, and I'll be up north to help you, because he was down in Florida. And we were like 2 weeks out from him coming up here. I had like no money. I was like suffering hardcore, and I was like just praying for him to make his way up here. Then all of a sudden my mom called me, and it was the first time my mom had like ever called me in 15 years or something like that. And I was like, that's really weird. And she called me, and she was crying, and my mom doesn't cry. My mom's done drugs. My mom's been in gangs. My mom's been to prison. Like, she doesn't cry. And she was crying. I knew something was wrong. And then she just kept saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I know he raised you. I know he raised you. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, he's gone. And I was like, what? And then it destroyed me. So I had to disconnect from my emotions in order to survive it, because I was in such a hard place. And then after that, I found my path, found my way to behave like a human without actually being a human. And then my grandma passed. And then after that, I was like, well, I don't really have anyone to be a good person for anymore. I don't have a reason to live up to any expectations. And so I just kind of, imitate what everybody else does. But now I have all of you hooligans, and I have to live up to your expectations, because that's where I've put my heart. I appreciate all of you, and we're all in this together. And once I realize that, then we're a family, we're a family of hooligans. And so now that matters to me, and it keeps me whole. So that's why I work so hard on making sure that all of you are whole. And I care so much about what all of you guys have going on and whatnot, because we're all in this together. So 'tis what it is, but don't let that get you down. It's Freedom Friday. It's Freedom Friday. And I appreciate all of you being here. We're going to get started with this very first video titled Tudor Dixon, The Left is Waging War on Hot Chicks. Yes. All right, let's get this figured out.
This has been the ongoing controversy at Fox. We've been covering a lot of stories where corporations, or at least their marketing firms, seem to be targeting things that the consumer doesn't care about. I know we've all talked about Bud Light to the point of exhaustion, but even Miller Lite, who tried to preemptively, well, not even preemptively, they preceded Bud Light with their marketing, which they were trashing the idea that women were being put in bikinis to market beer. But I don't think that was in lockstep with what the consumer prioritized, nor do I think, we'll get your take on this, that I think they should be demeaning the act as it's like somehow cheap to be a woman who's so good looking you can sell products.
Right.
I don't think that's demeaning or degrading in any way. I think you've been gifted something, Do you disagree? I don't know where you weigh in.
No, I completely agree. I think that we've always had different people in advertising, and for the party of diversity to come out and say, well, but not hot women. Like, hot chicks in bikinis are out.
Let me ask you this. Was this started, because it's a war on hot chicks. That's what it is.
That is what it is.
It's a war on hot chicks. So was it started by non-hot chicks to be like, well, what if we just kick the hot chicks out?
I haven't seen people in the movement that is trying to kick people out that I want to see in a bikini. So that could be it.
The war on hot chicks. We had the war on Christmas. Now we have a war. It's not right, Tudor Dixon. And here's the point. It's like the guy's drinking beer. Who cares if it's what they like?
No, the reason that sells is because the guy drinking beer wants desperately to think those hot chicks are showing up at his party.
That's true, though. But think about it.
That's marketing, folks. Marketing 101.
It's true, because like every one of these beer commercials has the fantasy of like, the guy's got nothing going on, but then he starts drinking Keystone Light and it's raining supermodels.
Yes.
That's like the joke, the beer commercial.
Right, exactly.
When you bite a Starburst and like waves of surf come in and there's like a marching band. You don't want a commercial where you bite a Starburst and they foreclose on your house. Like,
right.
Nobody hangs out with you now.
So this is the beauty of what these companies are doing, because this is showing what America is. It doesn't always have to be political because we are a capitalist society, and so that's how this works. When you do something that the people hate, they go, "Yeah, I'm done." And
thank you.
That's also marketing 101.
I think it's healthy. I hope, seriously, I don't want to see like 12 companies get wiped out, but if 2 or 3 have to take a bath so the rest of the boardrooms get the message. Because what happened is when it comes to marketing, I think they prioritize like these DEI scores, like these corporate, social credit systems. And they're trying not to prioritize the customer so much as the ideology that'll get them a higher ranking. So we went from these marketing firms that were madmen, and now we have mad them. And I think that's what happened.
That is true.
Don Draper is Dawn Draper now. And this is why we can't have Bud Light anymore. Come on, Tudor Dixon.
But when you are under threat of being debanked and all these other things, you are looking for how can I score points there?
Yep.
And that's the wrong place to score points when you're selling to kids. And
Yes.
parents are more powerful than the whole group, or we should be more powerful than those that say you can be debanked. And that's where I think politicians can play in the, hey, you can't debank people, but the people play in you made a boo-boo on the marketing side.
Thank you. End the war on hot chicks. Tudor Dixon has spoken.
That's right.
Give peace a chance.
Bring bikinis back.
Thank you.
For girls.
And deadbolt this door starting today. We can't have one of these guests again, Mikey. Great
No
stuff,
more
Tudor
breaking
Dixon.
in.
We'll see you in Michigan.
Thank you.
A lot of people like Tudor Dixon. I think she should just do her own podcast or something. I don't know what she does. She gets interviewed a lot. A lot of people like her, but she kind of blew it on her race for being governor here. Tis what it is. The war on hot chicks. I still think they did that because they're worried about being censored. I think they worded it that way because you can't talk about women. That's a bad word now. I don't know. Where's all the female activists? The what are they called? Feminists. Where are they all at? They should be out in the streets right now with their hoo-ha hats and all that, but I don't know. Either way, I still stand up for women's rights. It's important. It's important. And we got those shape-shifting predators constantly trying to infringe on their rights, and then now the ads and all that stuff. I know you guys see them all over the advertisement. I've seen it for Crest. I've seen it for Dell. I've seen it for Google. I've seen it for all kinds of things. They got shape-shifting predators out there doing all the advertisement instead of hot chicks. Everyone likes hot chicks. Even hot chicks like hot chicks. You ever seen drunk hot chicks? You can tell they like hot chicks. I don't know. Why do away with them? It's not fair. It's not right. Either way, just reading through the chat really quick before we move on to this next video. We have quite a bit today. I should be kind of on my toes, kind of racy today, but I don't know. I want to hang out with you guys. Hey, I appreciate you, Raja. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Enter username, I live for hot chicks and bacon. Just saying. You can't get more American than that. I'm saying. We need to put it on a t-shirt. Oh, for all of you guys, since I got all of your attention right here, if you like Fallout, go to epicgames.com. If you play on PC, you can get Fallout New Vegas with all the DLC for free today. I don't know how long it's going to run. I know most of you don't even know what I'm talking about. For those of you that are Fallout fans and been watching me play Fallout on the gaming channel, you can get it for free today on Epic Games, but it's only for PC. As far as I know, if you got Xbox or PlayStation, you won't be able to get it for free. But I just want to put that out there. Let's see. Hydrodynamic, I like Falia, dude. He's funny. I'm not sure who that guy is. I think it's the first time I've seen him. What's up, Annette? Happy Freedom. Yes, you all are my family. A lot of you are the Salty Army, but all of you here are part of the Hooligan family. And I appreciate all of you. Neander knows as I've aged, I've gotten more emotionally healthy and safe. I've lost the disconnect, not gonna lie. Sometimes I miss the ability to do so. I don't know. I feel what you're saying. I see it in my dad. My dad used to be really harsh. He used to be very harsh. You barely even do something wrong. You misspeak or you say in the middle of your sentence, and he was quick to just strip me of everything. When I was grounded at my dad's house, he would take the paneling off the walls. I mean, he would take the light bulbs out of the fixtures. You were grounded. You were living in darkness. You were in the dark ages all of a sudden. He would take the carpet out of your room. You'd be walking on tacks. He would take everything from you just for the slightest things. And I just think that was so harsh, and it was, I don't know, rough when I was younger. But now as an older guy, he is quite jolly. A lot of times he is softened up a bit. And so I see as you get older, I don't know if it's the mortality setting in, but I see how life seems to matter more as you get older. You appreciate things to a higher extent, but that numbness comes from suffering. And I know when life gets hard and you wish you could turn it all off, sometimes it's not something in you to be able to do. And I think it has a lot to do with God. You know, some things you have to feel because that's your lesson, is to feel that. But I worry sometimes about the numbness, that I'm hardening my heart. If you harden your heart, you can't hear from God. So I worry about that sometimes. But I don't know. We're all where we're supposed to be, and everything happens for a reason, and I believe that. So I just try to keep one foot in front of the other and stay focused on that. Thank you so much, Tanya, for continuing the membership program for 26 months. You're officially a hooligan, and I appreciate you. Thank you, Tanya. Let's see, what's up? No mandates. Daryl, now you have us. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very thankful I have all of you hooligans. Let's see. Hydrodynamic, is the chat display acting up for anyone else? There's something weird going on with YouTube, because I wrote that poll and then I refreshed the page and then the poll disappeared, and I wrote it again, and now I'm wondering if the chat's acting up, because I wonder if on the code side of things, like the behind the scenes side of things, if there's two polls in the chat and the display, the UI or whatever, I wonder if it doesn't know how to handle it. I think they're having issues over on YouTube, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Let's see. Just reading through. Yeah, my dad he's not kidding around. Every time I stepped out of line, it was like, you didn't just lose your TV privileges. You were like locked in your room with nothing. You were doing worse than Harry Potter under the staircase. He never hit me though. That was the thing. It's like, my mom and them, they used to just hit us. It was like if they could lift it off the ground, they would hit you with it. I've been hit with yardsticks. I've been hit with TVs. I've had a TV thrown at me. Been hit with pans. I've been hit with the wall phone. I've been choked out with the cord on the wall phone. I mean, my mom used to just punch us in the face, and then my dad would just yell and then take everything from us and then lock us in a room, and we were just inmates. And so I don't know. I've experienced it all. So it is what it is. 24/7. All night last night the chat was acting up. Weird. I wonder if they're doing updates. I know on YouTube they're starting to crack down on ad blockers. You got ad blocker on, there's a chance that they'll pop up a big message saying, hey, we can detect that you have an ad blocker on your whatever, your browser, your whatever you got going on, and they will not let you get past it. You have to either disable your ad blocker or pay for YouTube Premium to get past that. So I wonder if they're implementing that, and that's what's causing YouTube to act funny. Or who knows, maybe they got more community guidelines coming out. I don't know how they expect anyone to follow all the community guidelines. If you haven't looked at the YouTube community guidelines, you should go look. It's like 900 pages. Literally. Literally, it's like 900 pages. I don't know how you're supposed to comply with all that. There's more community guidelines than laws in our country. It's messed up. Tis what it is. Done. Ceramic coffee cups were my dad's favorite things to throw at me. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I shouldn't joke about that, but I've gone through a lot of trauma. It makes me funny. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. But that's the good thing about growing up, though. They can't continue to do that stuff to you. Let's see. Hydrodynamic, it's okay now. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's not messing up right now. Bubba, I'm trying to figure out what you're laying down there. Let's see. Flipping through the chats real quick. Like, I don't know why I said real crazy. One of you said something crazy. I'm like reading and talking at the same time. It's like 20 years of freestyling and making rap music gives me this ability to read, think, and say all at the same time. But every once in a while, there's a crossover there. It happens. It happens. Appreciate you being here, Grey Wolf. Happy freedom. Let's see. What's up, Red Bear? What's up, Salty Ragu? Appreciate you guys watching on Kick. What's up, Can Killer? Happy freedom. I've seen people saying there was freezing and stuff like that going on Rumble yesterday. How is Rumble working today? Let's see. You guys know what next month is, right? Juneteenth. I wonder if we'll see protesting. They almost always protest on Juneteenth. That's what it's called, right? You know what I'm talking about. I can't really explain it while YouTube's watching me, but you know what I'm talking about. It's true, Crystal Blue. Serum YouTube is blockbuster. They're making their way. We'll see how it goes. I see Rumble is doing big things over on Twitter and whatnot, and I like their new, I don't know what these are, emoticons or whatever. They refer to it as the Rumble Takeover. So I keep posting that Rumble flag because I think it's cool. The little animated emojis. Glad to hear it, Serum. Glad it's not freezing. What's up, Cassandra? Appreciate you being over here on jeffmaclive.com. Thank you so much for the support, Cassandra. I keep meaning to tell you that, and then it slips my mind when I'm live. I really appreciate it, more than I can put into words. You are amazing. Thank you so much, Cassandra. We're going to move into this next video. It's titled Hyundai LG to build $4.3 billion doll hairs battery plant in the U.S. Trying to get some of that government money. I don't know if you guys know, but that's how Elon makes a lot of his money. Is these government grants for clean energy and all of that stuff. And now Hyundai wants to get in on that. I didn't know that Hyundai was from South Korea. I thought that was interesting because I'm always studying South Korea and whatnot. One day I'd like to go there, but I don't know if I can. Plus it'd be like a 16-hour plane ride. I'd be dead. I can't even fly to Florida, and that's only like a 2-hour plane ride. They got to carry me off on a stretcher when I get off that plane. IV and all that stuff. I don't do well on planes. Donald Pride Month, is that what it is? That's not what I was insinuating, but it could be. I didn't realize. What's up, Bloopy? Happy Freedom. Hydrodynamic Buster Rap. That's a rap. Actually, I haven't seen that video on YouTube in a while. I wonder if they took it down. It's got to be old. Let's see, 2016 I think is when That's a Rap was released. Damon Walker, you've noticed YouTube being glitchy also? Yeah, they're probably implementing some new stuff. Daryl, still Invasion Month? Yeah. I think First Responder Media was live yesterday. I'm gonna check. I should have put that on the schedule. Respond. There we go. They've been covering the border and stuff. They were live 11 hours ago. I'm just gonna skim through this really quick. Oh yeah, got some individuals showing up. I'll just show this little clip of it. So these are new visitors, right? Oh no, they're not visitors because they're gonna stay here. These are new residents. I'm gonna say that they're new residents showing up. That's last night. I'll put this aside so I can give First Responder Media some credit for that little glimpse. But he was live 11 hours ago. New people moving in. 'Tis the thing. Let me see if I can find where it was in the chat. Yeah, Annette. Yep, and usually we see protesting on Juneteenth. So I'm wondering how it's going to go. All right. Oh, what's up, JT3? Happy Freedom. We get started with this. Hyundai LG to build $4.3 billion battery plant in the U.S.
Hyundai and LG Energy Solutions say they plan to build a major electric vehicle battery plant in the US. The South Korean giants announced the plan for a $4.3 billion site in Georgia State on Friday. They want to take advantage of tax credits brought in by Washington's Inflation Reduction Act. Under the legislation, manufacturers must stick to new US sourcing requirements for EV battery components and critical minerals. That if they want buyers of their vehicles to qualify for up to $7,500 of tax credits. Vehicles from Hyundai are not currently eligible. The automaker and LGES said construction of the factory will begin in the second half of this year. Battery production is due to start at the end of 2025 at the earliest. The companies said it will make enough cells for 300,000 EVs per year. Hyundai and LGES will each own half of the joint venture. The battery maker supplies other automakers like US giants Tesla and General Motors. It's not the first major round of US investment announced by Hyundai this year. In April, the car maker finalised a $5 billion EV battery joint venture with South Korea's SK On.
Hyundai. I've never heard it pronounced like that. Maybe I've been pronouncing it wrong my whole life. Trying to get some of that government money. You guys drive Hyundais? I've never had one. I've never seen one I really like that much. I've never heard anything bad about them either, though. I just, I don't know. I've never seen one I was like, wow, that's a really cool looking car. What is that? Oh, it's a Hyundai. I don't know. But I've never heard anything bad about them. What do you guys know about them? Observer, they take out the Georgia Guidestones and then build something else in Georgia. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that since they took that stuff down. And then a lot of the videos of that got taken down by YouTube. It's considered graphic footage. Hyundai. Yeah, Daryl. I don't know. I've never heard it pronounced like that. Can you guys hear my fidget spinner? Trying to burn off some of this coffee. I drank a little bit too much coffee, and I drank a Monster, and I drank it like I was dying of thirst. I shouldn't have did that. I might as well have tapped it into an IV. Hydrodynamic. I noticed a lot of regular Budweiser ads lately. Yeah, they reversed their whole marketing thing. They messed themselves up over there. Target, they're the same way. There's a lot of people defending Target and their choices to make flamboyant kids wear. It's no good. It's no good. Guy Dub, First Responder Media, has a short video teaching migrants to say, "Let's go, Brandon." That's awesome. That's awesome. If they're going to be here, they might as well learn the lingo, right? Let's go, Brandon. That's hilarious. Let's see. No mandates. You crack me up. I don't know if we could say that on YouTube. You can, but I can't. I got to watch what I say. What's up, Mr. Average? Happy freedom. Diane, I love mine. Do you? I don't know anybody that's ever had one, so I don't know what people like or dislike about their Hyundais. But I've never heard anything bad. You know, you hear about Ford and Chevy all the time and Dodge and all that. But I've never heard anybody talking bad about Hyundai. Nobody's fault. I have a Tucson and a Santa Fe. I like them, and I do my own maintenance also. Awesome. Awesome. I wonder, I'm gonna have to start looking into that. Are they expensive cars? What that's why I don't know anybody that owns one. Maybe they're expensive. Are they like competing with Cadillac and all that? I remember when I owned a Cadillac, I had what was it? It was like a 1998 Cadillac Seville or something like that. It was like one of those big boat cars, and it was like metallic green. It wasn't as fancy as I'm making it sound. I was like 18 or 19 when I bought it. Got it for $2,000. Had blown head gaskets. A used car dealership sold it to me with blown head gaskets for $2,200. But I didn't know because I was just a dumb 19-year-old, and I thought I was cool driving my Cadillac. Had mold in the trunk because it was leaking every time it rained, and I didn't know that. And I was like, what does that smell? I was like, it must be the leather seats. Nah, I was so stupid when I was 19. Yeah, I thought I was the man until the alternator blew. There was an 8-inch cable to connect the alternator to something else. The wire got damaged. To replace it was $400. I was like, why? They were like, because it's Cadillac. I was like, I'm never buying a Cadillac again. But all my friends thought I was cool. Delivering pizza in a Cadillac, I did not get tips. Word of advice to delivery drivers: if you drive a fancy car, don't drive it at work because they will not tip you. You pull up in a car nicer than the people you're delivering to, they are not giving you a tip. I promise. Winning streak, heartbeat at 180 beats per minute. It's usually when I perform the best on the live. If I have 16 coffees in one Monster, then usually I'm like rattling at such a high speed that the live does well. So that's what I'm hoping for. I should put my smartwatch on so it can hit my arm with the infrared. Let me know if I'm high performance. No turbo needed. What's up, Soul for Real? Happy freedom. Let's see. Diane, I have an Elantra GT. Oh, you got the sports model. I didn't know Hyundai had sports models. That's cool. Matthew, Kia owns Hyundai? Really? Or Hyundai owns Kia, one or the other? I didn't know that. I don't really like Kias. I never really heard anything bad about them, but they always seem really cheap to me. Maybe they've gotten better, but I know the old Kias. My friend used to have a Kia, and it just was like, some Fords are like that, where just everything's like plastic and it doesn't work very well, and I don't know, like the radio works like crap and all that, and it was new. It was a newer car, and I was just like, really? I was like, that's not that. It's not that nice. It's not worth the money, but maybe they've improved now. That was a long time ago. It was like 15 years ago. Maybe things have improved. What's up, Dana? Happy freedom. Nobody's fault. Not expensive, but I always buy used. Yeah, I have no interest in buying new cars. I know it's worth it after a certain point. If you buy a new car, you can trade it in after the year, especially if it's a work vehicle. You know, you can trade it in, get the new car, pay the difference, write the difference off as a tax deduction, things like that. I know that there's a whole song and dance to it. My grandpa used to buy new Toyota Tundras, and after so many years, he traded in, paid the difference, and get a brand new one. But you gotta have new car money to do that kind of stuff, and I do not. Let's see. Hydrodynamic. We should crowd share investment in a Hooligan energy drink. How hard could it be? I think the biggest thing would be getting through the FDA. I know Mr. Beast is starting to sell stuff. I know, what's his name? Something Paul. One of the Paul brothers. They have energy drinks called Prime, and they are not good for you. They are like worse than a Monster. The ingredients are like 1.5 feet long. As far as what I've read and what I've been told, those Prime energy drinks are terrible for you. But Mr. Beast's products, from what I hear, are really good for you. I don't want to say that. They're not good for you, but they're not bad for you. They don't have a bunch of strange chemicals in them that you've never heard of. Everything on the ingredient label is something that you would recognize, but they're expensive. Me and WMM, a lot of times we go grocery shopping together, watch each other's back and stuff while we're in the aisle. And he noticed that because he's always been a fan of Mr. Beast. I wouldn't even know who Mr. Beast is if it wasn't for him. But I was like, oh, you see, he's got the chocolate bars up on the wall. You should try that. It's like $6 or something compared to, you know, a Hershey's bar is $2 for the same size candy bar. I couldn't sell him on it. I tried. He was like, nah, man, I'm not paying $6 for a candy bar. But who knows? They might be really good. I wouldn't be against coming out with a Hooligan energy drink, but I would rather work on coffee. Try and come out with some coffee or something natural. With the energy drink stuff, I think it would be difficult to get approval. I don't know. We'd have to look into it. I'm not against that stuff, though. Let's see. Dana just got back from yard sales and crystals for lunch after a long time. That's awesome. What a good way to start your Freedom Friday. I never find anything I like at yard sales, but it's been a long time. I feel like yard sales and whatever Goodwill is, what are those called, thrift stores or whatever? I feel like there's not a lot of stuff for men in those places, and I don't know if that's because we just use things until they don't function anymore. But if you ever notice, you go into Goodwill and it's like all women's stuff, and then way back in the corner there's this little tiny section for dudes, and it's all like denim jeans and suits. There's like not really, maybe some flannel shirts. There's not really a whole lot. And I don't know if it's because we don't get rid of stuff or what. Yard sales are like that too. It's like the majority of it is like women's stuff and kids stuff, lots of toys, so much toys. And then it's like, here's a couple power tools, here's some gym equipment, things like that. I don't know. I think men just don't get rid of stuff. I'm not sure. No mandates. Kia sponsors LeBron. I'm out on them. Yeah, I don't like LeBron. I don't really watch sports, so I don't really prefer anybody. I know that the White House had, oh my God, what is his name? Steph Curry had him there, and a lot of people like him. But I do not like LeBron. He sticks his nose in everything, and he's a giant crybaby. And I hate that they're like, oh, LeBron's better than Michael Jordan. Really? Because I don't remember seeing 35 clips of Michael Jordan laying on the ground crying and, oh my God, the guy pushed me over, and even though I'm a giant and blah, blah. Even Shaq didn't cry that much. And it's just like, He ain't better than nobody. He's just a big woke crybaby. Big old crybaby. Hydrodynamic coffee is a better idea anyways. It depends who we're trying to sell to. Younger people prefer energy drinks. Just because they're flashy and cool. Especially when we come out with stickers and stuff. Like, I see Rockstar stickers all over the place. Hydrodynamic. The name alone would sell. I think so. Be good for branding. I love branding and marketing and doing that stuff. I should do our marketing agency to help other brands run. The only problem I'm having is Facebook is the best marketing platform in existence right now. Because, like, if you use Google Ads, nobody clicks that stuff. You're scrolling through and you're searching on Google. How often do you click the ads? Most people never click the ads, especially on websites. You see the banners on the side. Nobody clicks that stuff. They're too worried about it being spam or viruses. Nobody wants to click that stuff. But Facebook advertisement is kind of sneaky. They put it right in your feed. But ever since my page got stolen and Facebook's like, stop writing us. We are going to fix it. Here we are, month out, 2 months out now, or however long it's been, because I have no track of time, no sense of time. They still have not fixed it. I am not connected to my page that has 12,000 people following it. I don't think anybody else is in control of it, but it's kind of like an island. It's just floating out there by itself with no connections. And now they won't respond to my messages. So I don't really want to make a marketing agency that's going to majority have the advertisement on Facebook. When if something goes wrong, Facebook's not going to help me. I don't want that. And I wish YouTube wasn't so soft, because their advertisement would be okay, but they're kind of soft. I had an ad for YouTube when I only did music, and all it said was, if you're an artist and you need help with your music, come to the website. I'll help you out. You don't need record labels or nothing. I'll teach you to be independent and you'll be an entrepreneur. They were like, we can't run this ad. It's not appropriate for all audiences. I don't know what else I could have did. It was about music. It wasn't about anything else. And YouTube took my ad down, so I wouldn't recommend running ads through YouTube. Tis what it is. Let's see. Max, what is best, cloud or AI stock? Probably cloud. Probably cloud, because the AI is going to run off cloud. Right now, AI looks back to servers. So a lot of these platforms like ChatGPT, they have a server with all the knowledge. Like, you're seeing the interface, but the interface pulls from the server. Pretty soon, the majority of it will run from cloud. There's already a lot of cloud AI, but I feel like if you ran stock for cloud, you would probably kind of catch all instead of going for like specific AI. But I'm not legally allowed to give, financial advice and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's just what I would do. It's just my opinion. No mandates. We need some hooligan freedom seats. Oh, I wish. I don't know if right now is a good time to get into that market, but I wish that we could do some pro-American stuff like that. I wish we could come out with our own cars. We can come out with our own shoes. We can come out with our own pews and all that stuff. You gotta have big money to do that. We need investors. Nobody's fault. My old clothes become rags. Yeah, I think that's just how men get down. Like, it's mine until it's nobody's, until it's just not worth even obtaining. I don't donate a lot of stuff. I've been around a long time. I don't donate things. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I paid for it. It's mine. I'm going to use it till it doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, nobody's going to want it. So I just get rid of it. Bobby, hooligan condoms. Oh, the marketing for that would be so good. It would be so good. We'd put Trojan to shame. They'd be like, Trojan who? Dana, exactly. Sometimes I'll find a blouse. Some games for my nieces today. That's awesome. There's, if you are flipping things, what is his name? Gary V. I think his last name is Vaynerchuk, but he goes by Gary V. And he's really big about pushing like eBay selling and stuff like that. Go to yard sales, see what they have there. Look at collectibles, silver dishes, salt shakers, things like that. Go on eBay and get an evaluation of what things are worth based on sales, not just what people are listing it at. See if you can buy it for 50 cents, turn around, sell it for $100, and things like that. And a lot of people make a lot of money doing that. So for the guys out there that are like, yeah, I don't go to yard sales. There is a way. There is a way. But yeah, waking up early and going yard selling can be fun. It can be one of those things that is for you. You know what I mean? Recharging your batteries and stuff. You're not worried about the sky falling. You're not worried about how much work sucks or that one person at work that's always trying to get you or they're talking bad about you. Just wake up and do something for you. And I know a lot of people like going yard selling and stuff like that. JT3, you're not going to get any cooler than having a Hooligan can in your hand. It's true. It is true. Hydrodynamic, is the Hooligan brand already trademarked? If not, buy it. You can't. You can't because it's a word. That's the thing is like that's why I didn't have any problems putting the name on everything because you can't trademark. You cannot. You can't copyright it. It's already a word. Like saying red. You can't copyright red because it's a word. It's already an existing phrase. Like, what is his name? He was a car driver. He just passed away earlier this year. Or maybe it was just at the end of last year. I can't remember. But his brand is Hoonigan. And coincidentally, his text font is very similar to this. And I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about Hoonigan and all of that stuff. Oh my God, his name is right at the top of my head, and I don't know why I can't think of it. WMM is a huge fan of this guy. He used to always send me his stunt videos and stuff, and he's awesome race car driver and all that, stunt car driver and whatnot. But his brand was Hoonigan, and that's because he could trademark it. If it was Hooligan, he couldn't do that, and anybody else would be able to take it. My goal is to tarnish it so much that nobody else wants the Hooligan brand, and we'll just be able to run it. But I don't know. I say that jokingly. I don't want to tarnish anything or make any, I don't want people to think bad things of us. But yeah, I don't think we have to worry about trademarks and stuff. Bloopy, I'm in the same boat with my business, firearms related, so they already hate me, but my page got switched to the new format and somehow it's headless. It has no real administrator. Yeah. That's pretty much the same thing I'm going through right now. It's just existing out there. I have no way to log into it, and they won't help you, and it sucks. Facebook needs to work on that. I even wrote them on Twitter, and they didn't respond. They need to work on that. Let's see. Just reading through the chat really quick before we move to this next video. You gotta keep an eye on time. Cheeky Chops, Hooligans don't wear condoms. You need to talk to Edward. You need to talk with Edward. You guys are out there like Abraham. You're just out there making more hooligans. Dynamic. It might. If you're unjabbed. I was just saying this the other day. If you're unjabbed, it might be worth something. Jesus, Edward, you crack me up. Diane, the vintage t-shirt market is fascinating. Yeah, like I can't remember what team it is. It's a basketball team, and it's the Hornets. And if you can get those old pullover windbreakers where they have the big pocket in the front, the big zipper pocket, like over your stomach, and it's in like teal and royal purple, if you can find those windbreakers, they're worth like $300-400 if you can get them from the 90s. It's crazy. That stuff is crazy. But it's a lot of work, though, posting those listings and stuff. Yes, Leonardo, Ken Block. That's what I was talking about. Ken Block. His Hoonigan brand, he made it Hoonigan. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but if he went with Hooligan, he wouldn't be able to trademark it. So Hoonigan is something that he was able to trademark. Adrian, JeffMAC's Hooligans can be registered. Yeah, and I was thinking about that. That's why it says it on the back of the t-shirts. It says JeffMAC Hooligan. That way we're separated from any other kind of hooligan brand, because there is other people trying to use the Hooligan name, and I'm trying to make us big enough to where people know we're the first. We're the head of the snake and all of that. Maybe that's a bad phrase. I don't know. Been watching a lot of Arrow lately. I don't know if you guys watch Arrow, but there's Ra's al Ghul, and he's the head of the demon. Let's see. Oh my goodness, JT3. That's rough stuff. You cracked me up. And you guys are mouthy today. Snooks was cracking down on us in general chat over on Gilded, because me and Edward and Sam and our filthy mouths posting gifs and stuff on Gilded, just being hilarious this morning. Slightly offensive. What's up, Mr. Beansy Beans? Happy freedom. Thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Beansy Beans. Let's see. Mr. Beansy Beans, I don't know anything about baseball. I don't even know how baseball works. Like, I don't know the rules or anything. I don't know anything about baseball. See, when you grow up without parents, you don't have anyone to go throw a ball with. So I don't know anything about baseball. Let's see, Mr. Beansy Beans. Most Monster drinks are not good for you, my friend. Oh, I know. I know. Those energy drinks are not good for you, and I am slightly addicted to them, so I try not to buy them too often. Plus, it's expensive. You know, if you buy 2 of them every single day, at the end of the month, you spent like $230 or something on energy drinks, and it's like, what? That's not okay. So I try not to buy them very often, but when I worked in the factory, I would drink 6 to 8 to 10 of them in a day, because they were in the vending machine, and it was at a Red Bull, and Red Bull was $1 more. And so I used to be a Rockstar fan until I started drinking Monsters, because they didn't have Rockstars at the factory I was working at. And so it was like every break, we had 3 breaks, and then we had lunch because we're working like 14-hour days. I'm in there powering them down, and we had to wear the compliance cloths, and you're like running back out to the line, and then you like off gas, and then you mace your eyeballs underneath your safety glasses with that monster breath. I don't know. And then when I came out of the factory, get done working like that, sometimes I would come home and drink another 2 or 4 Monsters, and I'm lucky I'm not hospitalized from that stuff. So now I try to kind of stay away from it. But if I'm really dragging, or if I'm at the gas station, I'm feeling saucy, like it's Freedom Friday, I'll just go ahead and grab one. I shouldn't, though. You're right. Let's see. Rasta, my son-in-law is in Iraq, and they're called the Hooligans. That's interesting. Rasta, I have their shirt. Oh man, you should post that. Yeah, like in Gilded or something, somewhere where I can see it. That's awesome. Screaming Eagle, I like vintage t-shirts. I don't know much about vintage t-shirts. What is vintage now? Like, you know what year it is? It's like 20 years back, right? So is that 2003? Anything 2003 and older is vintage? Is that how that goes? I know that's how cars work, right? Cars are it's a classic if it's like 20 years old. So if you got like a 2003 Hyundai, you're driving a classic. I don't know, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate you, Cassandra. So we're going to move on to this next video titled, "This is Turning into a Legitimate Crisis." Talking about New York and all their border crossers that they wanted. Apparently tax dollars are stretching thin. I don't know. Could always just, do a little deportation. A little deportation will fix that problem.
So New York lawmakers are now urging Governor Hochul to consider alternative housing for illegal migrants. GOP leaders pushing for migrants to be moved from city schools and hotels to convention centers used during the pandemic. I mean, it is a crisis. It comes as city business leaders now warn summer tourism could become a hot mess if asylum seekers take over too many hotel rooms. Here now to weigh in on this is co-host of The Five, Geraldo Rivera. So, Geraldo, we already know that the price of the hotels are going up because the city is buying all these rooms at the highest price as possible. This is turning into a really, really big mess, and the implications are far worse than we thought before.
It is, no doubt, Lawrence, a legitimate crisis in New York. 3,500 hotel rooms are being occupied currently by migrants. The Governor Hochul wants to help Mayor Adams. The city is taking most of the burden. It's been almost 70,000 have arrived since this crisis began. There are 40,000 right now that need housing. Hotel rooms being taken up. So the city, in its desperation, has turned to the state. The state says, well, Well, maybe use our old psychiatric hospitals that have been closed, or maybe the dorms of the State University of New York, SUNY New York, because the semester is ending. But you know, Lawrence, there's a problem. We've got to deal with the problem. What do you do about the problem? The solution, I believe, is to give expedited work permits to these migrants, bypass some of the red tape, let them work so they can pay for their own hotel rooms.
I'm sorry, though. Why would we give work permits to people that broke the law here? I mean, there has to be some consequence for coming into the country illegally and rolling out the red carpet, giving them notices to appear. That's 3 years out, and giving them a work permit is only going to incentivize more people to come here illegally, right?
He's on fire! As you know, since Title 42 ended, there has been a drop in the number of applicants for asylum and other status, legal status at the border. So let's take advantage of this brief hiatus to let, these are good people. These aren't criminals. These are people.
Yeah, they're criminals right by definition because they broke the law to get here.
These are people who are they're the grocery deliverers. Every pizza in New York is delivered by an undocumented immigrant. They're washing the dishes. They want to work. They want the American dream.
Some of them are also on the watch list as well,
I urge the federal government to, you know, if you look on the dark side, I believe there's plenty to see there. But if you look at my vision of an optimistic America, where the rule can be that you can have the American dream too if you play by the rules.
But they haven't played by the rules, though, Geraldo. They haven't played by the rules, and our country is giving them a red carpet now for coming here and breaking the law. They've already started to break up into gangs as well. I've been doing a lot of reporting, talked to Bill Merlugian about what's happened. The Venezuelans are upset. The Colombians are upset. We got a real crisis here because New York City invited these people in and had zero plan, Geraldo.
I know New York as well as anybody. I know New York as well as anybody. These are people who can go to work and pay their own way. Let them pay their own way.
Yeah, they broke the law. Geraldo, thanks so much for coming on the program this morning.
Okay, you're too harsh. Too harsh, Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of Americans are harsh as well when they break our American laws.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brad.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's one of the better videos we've covered as far as mainstream goes. Yeah, Geraldo, he's obviously blue team. Listen to the way he's talking. Well, they're not criminals. These are nice people. No, they're criminals. They broke the law. They came here illegally. When you do illegal things, you're a criminal. That's how that works. I don't know. Make it make sense. He's hoping for more agenda push out. That's what it is. Hoping to push out more of the agenda. What a bunch of nonsense. Lions Heart, how are they gonna feed them all? 70,000 meals, 3 times a day, water. Yeah, it's no good. It's no good. He is an idiot. He's got his head so far up his hind end, can't see the daylight. I don't know, I'm with the other guy. He's like, they broke the law. They don't deserve work permits or nothing. They deserve to be sent back on the other side of the border. What do you guys think? Hydrodynamic classics are 25 years or older, no registration or smog ever needed afterwards. I knew it was 20 plus years. Yeah, 25 years. It's crazy that 20 years was 2003. That's crazy. What's up, WMM? Happy freedom. Appreciate you being here, Lions Heart. Happy freedom. What's up, Hillbilly at Heart? Happy freedom. It's been a little bit. Guy Dub, that's hilarious. I don't know if Snooks passed that through or if it made it under the YouTube radar, but that's hilarious. Hydrodynamic, I gotta be mindful of the things I say. You could tell once I get on Rumble. You could tell all that hind end talk goes right out the window. That's probably why people unsubscribe. They're like, yo, have you heard JeffMAC's filthy mouth? I have. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Snooks, for gifting 10 memberships over on YouTube. I appreciate everything you do, Snooks. Thank you. If you guys grab one of those memberships, make sure you thank Snooks. That stuff is not free. Bobby, we got homeless Americans that need help and they get nothing. And we have homeless veterans. Same boat. Same boat. But nope, they cross that border, give them a 5-star hotel. It's messed up. It's messed up. I wonder how you could run a business like that. You own the hotel and you make decisions like that. You're like, yeah, you know what? Let's kick everybody out and then we'll just bring in a bunch of border crossers and then maybe the government will give us a bunch of money. They want communism and they don't realize it. You start getting all your money from the government, you are forfeiting your control of yourself. And they don't care. They're putting money in front of their own well-being and they just don't realize it. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom. I agree, Annette. Yeah, I don't know much about Geraldo, but he's obviously an idiot. He doesn't care about what's best for America. Thank you so much, Mr. Beansy Beans, for the 1,000 bits on Twitch. You're so awesome, Mr. Beansy Beans. Thank you. Grey Wolf, you're right. You're right. Oh, my mouse is dying. Or it's doing something. It's doing the hokey pokey. It's doing something. What's up, Dustin Diamonds? Happy freedom. Pumpkin, he's wealthy. Nothing touches him. Yeah, once these people get so much money, they don't have any sense of reality. Baby boomer. So according to Geraldo, we're supposed to just ignore the fact that they flooded the border, rammed their way into our country. What a buffoon. I agree. I agree. They come here illegally, so give them free stuff. What? What other country does that? What other country can you just walk up in there illegally, not open borders, but you just go there when you're not supposed to? And they're like, hey, here's some free stuff. You want to stay in the hotel? You ever been in the Hilton? You should check it out. It's great. Like, I don't know. They should start putting them on those commercials. I think it is the Hilton. They're like, they're sitting there in their bathrobe and they're all smiling, drinking their coffee on the patio. And they're like, I stayed in a Hilton last night. They should show a bunch of people from the border doing that. They're all like packed together on the porch. And they're like, hey, we stayed at the Hilton last night. And they're all sitting there with their Red Cross blankets and stuff. I don't know. It's not funny, but it's sad. It's sad. We gotta laugh so we don't cry. Let's see. Cassandra, I thought Fox fired this guy. Was that just an internet rumor? Who, Geraldo? I think Geraldo was just being interviewed. I don't know who. I don't watch the news, really. I know it looks like I do because of all this, but a lot of it Snooks provides to me, and it's based off the subject material we're looking for. So we're finding relevant subjects, and then we just stumble across these news articles. But I don't actually watch the news, so I don't know who most of these people are. What does this say? Cassandra, a woman was arrested for holding a sign in front of the White House. The sign said, "More money from the poor, not war." What was she arrested for? Trespassing or something like that? It's crazy that anybody gets arrested in front of the White House after all the protesting that happened there. I mean, there was so much protesting that happened in front of the White House that they turned the Freedom Plaza into the BLM Plaza, and everybody just let it happen. They just let it happen right in front of the White House. They tore down the statues, they graffitied them, they burned down the church, they had multiple fires in the street. They don't even talk about that. They act like that didn't happen. Capitol Police were there, National Guard was there, all in riot gear, macing these idiots. They're out there in flip-flops and tank tops, protesting hardcore, setting fire to everything. They act like that didn't even happen. And it happened every single day for like 24 hours a day for 4 or 5 weeks straight. And then Orange Eagle had passed some law or passed something to create a network to keep track of officers. And then the majority of actual protesters left. And then all that stayed was Antifa. That was all that was left after that. And then Orange Eagle had those big Clydesdales or whatever they're called, and they had National Guard, I think it was National Guard on them, and then in front was a row of Capitol Police with riot gear, riot shields and stuff. And I remember Orange Eagle walking out on stage. He like gave the cue, and then all the riot shields separated, and those people on Clydesdale started throwing tear gas in the crowd and started trampling protesters and stuff. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. We actually didn't cover the protest because we were in the middle of covering Orange Eagle giving a speech, and I was watching the protest on my phone while covering the speech on the live, back when we used to be allowed to do that. Let's see. Reading through the chat really quick. Patty, they're still arresting J6ers. Oh yeah, they got to keep condemning them because they do not want people to stand up again. They do not want anti-protesters, anti-BLM. They do not want anybody of that nature to protest anymore. They don't want to see protests with American flags. They don't want to see protests with MAGA hats. They do not want that. That's why we don't see it. You don't see 2A protesters anymore. You don't see people marching for actual freedoms that we have to raise awareness. Hey, they are coming after your guns. They are coming after your free speech. Raising actual awareness, being legitimate protesters. They don't want that anymore. The only people who are allowed to protest, who are not demonized, are BLMers and Antifa. Anyone else protest? Nope, the police hit the streets. People are getting arrested. You better stay on the sidewalk. Considered, white supreme pizza and all that kind of stuff. It's no good. It is no good. They are trying to intimidate the American people who care about this country to the point where they will not protest. They will be too fearful of being incarcerated, and the J6ers are an example of that. They are pointing their finger at you in silence and saying, do you want to end up like these people in D.C.? Because if you do, you go out and hit the streets, we'll make you just like them. You will be in prison indefinitely. No sentencing, no nothing. You won't even have court dates. You'll just sit there forever. And that's what they're doing. It's a quiet message to everybody. Yeah, Tara, I'm the same way. I encourage women hardcore. Hardcore. If you see shapeshifters in your private areas, you tell somebody. Somebody will do something. I know the news and everybody's trying to trick you to make you think nobody cares about your rights and all that as a woman. That is not true. That is propaganda. You hop out of that, you go through that threshold, say someone's in the locker room, someone's in the bathroom, something like that. Somebody will do something. I promise to God, somebody would do something. If I was standing there and somebody tapped me on the shoulder and was like, hey, sir, can you help me? There's somebody in my area that should not be in there. What can we do something? I'm going to rally up all the dudes in eyesight. We're going in there and somebody's getting folded. Somebody's getting folded. They're getting forearms to the face. Like they're getting roughed up. There's no way. We're dragging them out of there. There's no place in this world for shapeshifting predators. What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom. What's up, Lusk? Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Miss Jamie, I'm going to get Jeff a horse. You guys should see Miss Jamie. She's practically a professional horse enthusiast and whatnot. Has been in competitions and all that. Out there on those just behaving with those man-eating horses. I don't know. I don't trust them. I don't trust those horses. Miss Jamie, you're brave. You're a brave hooligan. Here's what BLM is canceled for now. Let's be clear. No, they're not. They might be going bankrupt, but that's only the organization. We used to talk about that a lot with the protesters. The BLM organization is not the same thing as the BLM protesters. It's like when you wear your favorite basketball jersey, right? You got LeBron James on your jersey. That doesn't make you LeBron James. That also doesn't make you an NBA player. You're just wearing their jersey. That's what the BLM protesters are. Most of them have no actual affiliation with the BLM organization. They just like the chants. They just like the flags. They like the t-shirts. They like to make the signs. But they're not actually affiliated with the organization. So the organization going bankrupt does not mean we're not going to see protesters in the streets. And considering most of that money comes from George Soros, just because they're going bankrupt doesn't mean they will hit bankruptcy or they will file a whatever it is. I can't remember what it is. It's filing bankruptcy, basically. It doesn't mean that'll actually happen. And it's getting warmer outside. We're starting to get to the summer kind of side of things, and Juneteenth is coming. So, I don't know. And you'll see this 11-year-old boy was shot. We're going to cover this coming up. We got 2 videos on it, and they're starting to protest about it. So I'm waiting to see what kind of numbers happen after that. I'll be checking it later today to see if there's protesters in the street for this little boy. He didn't die. He didn't die, but he was shot by a cop. and he is dark-skinned. So we'll see. I'm not hoping for bad things. There's already protesters just within the family. You'll see. When we cover this video, you'll see what I'm talking about. What's up, Superior? Happy freedom. Snooks. Geraldo is with Fox, but he's leaning to the left and he's a POS. Yeah, seems that way. Yeah, I didn't know that he was actually Fox. Edward, Canada gives you $7K a month. What, for being homeless? For being from outside the country? What's up, Jeff D? Happy freedom. Ting Ting, even BLM and Antifa don't loot Target anymore. Yeah, that's because they're on their side. Now they're going to protect Targets. They're not going to light... Never mind. We'll save that for after YouTube's gone. I'm going to walk myself right into the... I can't even say. I can't even say. It's just red word after red word. Just have to close my face on that subject. Let's see. Making my way through the chat before we get to this next one. Patty, they'll be back next summer. Oh, absolutely. We will absolutely have protests next summer. I already know that. I just wonder if we're going to get a glimpse this summer and if it'll run into next summer. Because that's kind of how it went last time. We had a summer of protests. Then in the wintertime, we had mild protests. And then that next summer was hardcore protesting. And then it just all disappeared. It just disappeared because they wanted to say, oh, look, this is how our country runs when we're under the blue team. It's all, there's no more protests. There's no more cities on fire. But yeah, but gas is $5. Chicken is $16. People aren't working. People are not working. The border is wide open. We're sending all this money overseas. And now we're about to default at the same time. Well, we don't need protesters in the street to say the country's going to hell right now. It is what it is. Let's see. Lion's Heart. Me too, sir. With no teeth. Yeah. Dragging people out of women's bathrooms. It's no good. It's no good. Hydrodynamic. I'd protect you. Yeah. This country's going to crap. I think it's redeemable, though. Americans are tough. Lion's Heart. Yeah, I can't read that out loud, but I know what you mean. What's up, Saw Dog? Happy freedom. Let's see. Blue Crow, I think fentanyl grabbed a bunch. Yeah, that's another thing is any protesters you see, they're not last season's protesters. They either had a kid and had to grow up and take care of their kid, then got time for protesting, and they realize when you work for something that you earn stuff, you don't want someone to just take it. You want to be able to stand up for what you own and what you've earned. Once you learn that, then you realize how dumb you were as a protester. Some of them have done that. Other ones have kicked the bucket from drug abuse. Other ones have been incarcerated because when there's no more protests for you to go and display your chaos and destruction, then you go on solo missions. You go out there and commit crime. Well, when you're not a part of a giant group of protesters and you're just out there doing solo missions, well, now you're more susceptible to being caught and go to prison. So when you see these new protesters come out, they're not last season's protesters. These are new recruits. That's what they were doing in California for those teacher strikes or whatever. That was recruitment for protesters out there. We see it big time. They target students big time because they're impressionable. When you're young, you're 15, 16 years old, 17 years old, you want to feel like you belong. You want to feel like you matter, like your word matters, your opinion matters, that you carry weight with your existence. That's all teenagers want. That's why they rebel. That's why they do all that. They don't want to conform to what you have going on. They want to act like their way is the better way and you're just not listening to them. What does that sound like? Sounds like the protesters. And so that's why they're an easy target. And so these older BLMers and stuff, they go out there and hold recruitment parties. They don't call it that. They'll say students need to stand up for their rights. They're being oppressed by their teachers. They're being oppressed by their parents. And the students come out and they go, yeah, you're right, da-da-da. Let me join up and be a protester and act like Antifa and stuff. Also, when you're so young like that, you may not be arrested. You're 16 years old. What are they going to do to you? They ain't going to do nothing to you. They're going to call your parents and send you home. They target them because they're easy recruitments. No worries, Ting Ting. No worries. You're a free hooligan. I just got to watch what I say while YouTube is watching. Matthew, in the UK, 11-year-old boy hurt by being struck by a police van. Same story, more synchronization. Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Similar story, different location. Maybe they're trying to get the fire started again. Lance Hart, I mean having pride in what you do and how you act. Oh, I thought you meant the other kind of pride. Can't talk about the other kind of pride. Yeah. What's up, Patrick? Happy Freedom. Happy Freedom Friday. Hydrodynamic, I think we're in a computer simulation on a huge ship asleep and heading to Alpha Central Galaxy. Earth is dead. We would never know. We would never know. Yep. That's what they speculate, that this is all a simulation. They got us all hooked up. Who knows? What's up, Faded? Faded, do you go live playing the game? I'm thinking about starting a gaming Discord for Hooligans where we will have designated live streaming gamers and we'll run a big Discord off of it for all the gaming hooligans. I've been thinking about it all morning, and I want you, WMM, Who Through, and a couple other people as designated gaming hooligans where we can put your channel in the Discord and we'll just all promote each other just for gaming purposes only. So let me know if that interests you. I've been thinking about it all morning, and right here, right now, this is the first time I've mentioned it to another beating heart, and I'm just kind of mentioning it to all of you at once. Let's see. You'd see that when they would march past college campus. Yep. Because they're all... college kids are so influenced. Because they're getting out of high school. Now it's time to be a real adult and leave your thumbprint on the world and make your words heard. Easy recruitment. Why do you think the military targets those people? Not in a bad way, but that's why the military goes to the high schools. Hey, do some push-ups for pencils, da-da-da-da-da. And when you hit 18, you know, just why don't you come sign up? You come sign up, join us. We'll give you, $10,000 or whatever. You buy yourself a Cadillac when you get out. If you get out. If you survive. If you make it through whatever we put you through and all that stuff. I used to love going out there. Like, man, I don't have a pencil. Can I use the bathroom? They'd be like, yeah. And I'd go out there and be like, how many push-ups I got to do for a pencil? Be out there getting it, hitting those push-ups. I used to do it in front of everybody. I used to love that stuff. Some things I miss about high school. Lionheart, me please. I'll make one too, sir. We'll see, Lionheart. We'll see. I'm not against it, but all the hooligans that I mentioned, they've been with me for years. And I know Who Through's going through some stuff, and I think there's some other hooligans that are going through stuff. And I've been trying to figure out how to help. But I'm not in a real great spot myself. I know that I don't say that a whole lot, but I've never been one of those live streamers to beg for money. I don't want to do that. It's not about money. It's about being connected and being informed on what's going on around us. That's what the message has always been. So I've been trying to figure out how to help some hooligans that I know that are going through things without putting myself short. And I think this could be a good thing for all of us. So it's just something I'm thinking about. Let's see. Yeah, Faded. See, and I like WMM. He doesn't live stream either. And you got to have. There's a lot of requirements to be able to live stream, but that doesn't prevent us from starting a big Discord like that. I would start another Gilded, but Discord has more attachments, and we left Discord because of the censorship. That doesn't have anything to do with gaming. So I figured we could start a Discord and have a lot of integration happen, automatic notifications and stuff when we go live and whatnot, and we'll see how it goes. It's just an idea I've been kicking around all morning since I got up at 6:30. Miss Jamie, no, the cross-platform doesn't work like that. If you have to have the current models like PS5, Xbox X or S, and PC. They're all together right now. I think some phone games can also play cross-platform, but I don't think like PS4 can play with PS5 and stuff like that. I don't think it goes back like that. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm pretty sure they're segregated between generations. I appreciate you, Snooks. Yeah, hydrodynamic. I used to go out there and do push-ups for pencils. WMM used to see me do that stuff. We'd go out there and we'd have the recruitment officers out in the lobby. And I'd go out there and do push-ups. I try to get mouse pads and all that stuff. But, yeah, the teachers would say, you know, you got to bring a pencil to class. You don't bring a pencil, you can't do work. You don't do work, you fail. And I'd be like, dang, I forgot a pencil. And I'd be like, hold on, let me go use the bathroom. And they'd be like, all right, don't go outside and smoke cigarettes. And I'd be like, I won't. I'll be right back. And I'd go out there and be like, hey, how many push-ups I got to do for a pencil? I'm about to fail this class. Patrick, I was watching JeffMAC when he still had dreadlocks. I'd still have dreadlocks if I wasn't getting a little thin right here. I miss them sometimes. I miss being cool looking. I don't miss being hot, though. I was, like, sweating to death all the time. Salt Ragu, can we play together? Yeah. That's the other part of the plan, is if we have a gaming Discord, then we can spend time playing offline to kind of get a flow of things, because playing online is difficult on YouTube. It is very difficult. I was going to have Mello play with me last Friday, and I ended up getting too much anxiety. You can't swear. If you say the F word 3 times in a row, boom, they'll take your live down. They'll demonetize your channel. And that's really all it takes. It does not take a lot for YouTube to come and hit you so hard with the hammer you don't know which way is up. They will just delete you. And so, you know, you're playing the game, you're playing Warzone, somebody smokes you, you get mad and you say something. And I'm not saying, you know, terrible things. Just something as bad as saying the F word. You say that and you're F you, or, you know, I hope you kick the bucket. You say something like that, boom, you're gone. They'll delete your whole channel. That's why you see more people trying to play the game on Twitch than YouTube is, because the community guidelines are so strict. And I thought about making a Rumble gaming channel, but they don't do well. Go to the front page of Rumble. Go to where the gaming section is. Scroll through the channels that are live right now playing the game. 6 people, 12 people. That's not enough. You can't sustain. It is very difficult to live stream. It is not easy. It is not easy. It's very stressful. And then you're playing the game and trying to live stream, and now you're doing 2 stressful things at once. And I know for some people playing the game, how could that be stressful? Well, you get into it. It gets tense and whatnot, and it's very difficult. So to do that for 12 people is like, it's not sustainable. Plus you got to pay $25 a month just to be able to live stream on Rumble anyways. Or maybe it's $35. So then you're paying to go live and nobody's even watching you. So I don't know. It's a lot of hoops to jump through. There's a lot of thought that goes into all of this. I know I just did the crazy thing. That's why it makes you crazy. Let's see. Edward, if people want to help other hooligans, you just need to tell them how. That's the hard thing. You're hurting cats. It's hurting cats. You're trying to tell a bunch of, you know, individuals how to help, and it's hard to make the message clear. So if we just make another Discord and just group up, I think that'll be the easiest way to do it. Hydrodynamic dread nuggets? No, mine are bald. I get too hot. I can't be all hairy and stuff. It just doesn't work for me. Witchy 12, you can cross play with PS4 and PS5. Oh, that's cool. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There was something I was trying to do that was similar to that. Oh, GTA 5. If you have an Xbox 360 and you play GTA 5, you cannot cross-platform with like the newer Xboxes and stuff like that. Because I was looking into it, and I'm not able to. Because I have GTA 5 on 360, and I was going to try and live stream or something, and you can't. Not able to. And I was trying to play with WMM because he could get it on the new Xbox, but 360 can't play with Xbox X. So that's why we don't play GTA. Hydrodynamic censorship always leads to people creating a new language. That's the other thing that makes me want to do the Discord, is because if you're live and I'm live, I don't have to worry about you saying something and getting my channel banned, because if you do, you'll get both of us banned. Now you have something to lose too. Keeps us all in the lingo. So that's kind of the other thing about it. Miss Jamie, shirtless and dreads, those were the days. Yeah, and I couldn't do that now. I went live with the game 2 days ago and I was wearing the tank top, and even that was too much. And I was like, man, I wish I could just strip this shirt off, but you can't do that now. You get banned. It's considered nudity, showing these soft shoulders of mine. Edward, the other thing about helping other hooligans is they don't have a way to be helped at this point. So I'm trying to align everyone because they don't have links or anything. They're not prepared to receive help in the way that I think that we could make it happen. So that's why I'm trying to create a whole nother bubble of things. We'll see. Let's see, Annette, if anyone wants to add clips in such a group, you're more than welcome to do so. Yeah. I really need someone to help me make shorts. Big time. I can't make myself do it. I work too much. I work like 18 hours a day, it seems like. I work from the time I wake up until I go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I only sleep 4 hours a day. And it's like, I need to do more than I'm already doing. And it's impossible. I can't. I need help. Let's see. Reading through the chat before we move to this next one. Mr. Beans, did you rebuy Bully? No, Bully's messed up. The PC version of Bully is messed up. If it wasn't for the audio, we'd be able to play it. But you can't turn the music off. The only way I could play Bully is to play it on Kick, play it on Rumble, play it on TikTok. Everywhere else, I'll get banned because you can't turn the music off. Even when you turn the music off, the music doesn't turn off. So there's stuff messed up with the Bully game. What's up, Lemon Yellow? Happy freedom. Yeah, where is Klaus Daniels? He might be sleeping. He's been napping a lot at this time. What's up, Persian? Happy freedom. Donna Sparks, Oregon governor, is wanting to buy houses for all the homeless. That's messed up. That's so messed up. I wish I could get a house more than anything. That is the very top of my priority list. I want a house more than anything. And I can't get one. I owe $41,000 in debt to student loans, and they won't give me a house because of my debt to income ratio. I got to make like $1 million a year in order to get past that debt to income ratio hurdle I'm at, and obviously I don't make that much. I don't make a whole lot at all, but can't get a house, can't get a mortgage or anything until this debt goes away. It's my debt. I don't want old man Walter to wipe it, but to hear that homeless people are going to get a house before I do just because of that status, like, I mean, if you want me to move in the street to get a home to be eligible, I mean, I guess, but I want a house more than anything. Oh, what's going on with Rumble? Is the chat frozen? Screaming Eagle, I think you were the one that said it was frozen yesterday too. That's what made me ask earlier. I don't know. I don't know if it's the chat's frozen on Rumble or what. And this is what I mean. Live streaming is stressful. It is stressful. It is the way I do it. I'm live on 9 platforms right now. So each platform has its own problems. And so I gotta cater to all the platforms. Hey, I appreciate you being here, Cassandra. Make sure you're safe out there. All right, we should probably move forward to this next video before I make everybody leave just rambling. This next video is pretty interesting. It's titled Musk's Neuralink has FDA approval for study of brain implants in humans. We covered Elon Musk when he did the Neuralink live, showing, I don't know if they were chimps or what they were, some animal that I can't say. You know, we can't say the pox word anymore. You got to say mpox because the other one's considered racist. So now it's mpox. So knowing that, I don't know if I can say what M stands for, but we saw Elon in his, we'll say chimpanzees because I don't know what they are and I can't say the M word. So his chimpanzees that have their Neuralink implanted and they can move stuff with their mind. They're like not move stuff with their mind. I shouldn't have said that. Interact with technology, like a computer screen, using their brain, using the Neuralink. And that was pretty interesting. This is, yeah, Snooks, that word. Salty Ragu says bunny. It's the wrong animal, but yeah, bunny. So this is like the next step of that. Apparently the FDA has approved it, so you can start testing on people, and I think it's really interesting. We'll talk about it after the video.
Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink said on Thursday it had been given a green light from the US FDA to kickstart its first-in-human clinical study. It's a critical milestone for Neuralink after earlier struggles to gain approval.
We're confident that it is possible to restore full-body functionality.
On at least 4 occasions since 2019, Musk has said his medical device company would begin human trials for a brain implant to treat severe conditions such as paralysis and blindness. Yet the company only sought Food and Drug Administration approval in early 2022, and the agency rejected the application, sources linked to the company told Reuters in March. The sources said the FDA had pointed out several concerns to Neuralink that needed to be addressed before sanctioning human trials. They include the device's battery, as well as safety issues surrounding its wires and the protection of brain tissue.
What about the monkeys?
Thursday's FDA approval comes as U.S. lawmakers are urging regulators to investigate the oversight of animal testing at Neuralink. The company has already been the subject of federal probes, including at least one linked to animal testing and treatment.
Fun game.
In a tweet on Thursday, Neuralink said it was excited to share the news of the approval, but that it's not yet recruiting for a clinical trial. Over the years, Musk has publicly outlined an ambitious plan for Neuralink. He envisions its devices to cure a range of conditions from obesity, autism, depression, schizophrenia, to enabling web browsing and even telepathy. And that both disabled and healthy individuals would be swiftly getting surgical implants at local centers. Neuralink and the FDA did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment.
What do you hooligans think of that? I think that stuff is crazy. I mean, I can see the benefit of it. Say you were born blind. They could put a Neuralink in and now you can see. That'd be amazing. Or maybe you'd be able to hear. If you were paralyzed, now you'd be able to walk again. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. But then they're saying like you'd have telepathy. You'd be able to telepathically move things with your brain and stuff. I don't know about all that. I don't know that we need that kind of stuff going on. That's too much. That's too much. I like the benefit side of things, but the potential bad things is crazy. And Orange Eagle made the right to try. This could be one of those situations. You're in a position where your quality of life is very low. You're willing to try. Now that the FDA has approved this, you could be the first, I don't know, super soldier or whatever you want to call it. Cyborg. I don't know. It's something. Everybody's saying no. Everybody's like, no. This is a no. Big no. Let me see. They will do 95% bad with this and 5% good, and that's what they'll give us. Yeah. I agree. They'll weaponize it before they do anything good. Imagine our military. Our troops go out there, you don't need firearms anymore. You just, like X-Men, just erase the buildings, just eradicate whole cities and stuff using your brain, like Magneto style. I don't know. It's just, we're about to have superheroes. We're right. Oh, see, Ghost, you called it. That's how the X-Men were created. We're thinking the same thing. I don't know if, mutants is like a racist word yet, but yeah, that's where we're going. Cyborgs. That's how you're going to connect to Xbox Live. You're going to have the Neuralink. You're just going to see it through your eyes. In your mind's eye, you'll play the Xbox. It's messed up. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate you, Lion's Heart. Matthew, Terminator time. I don't know. Musk is doing crazy things. ACB will all be long dead before it's available. I don't know. Technology is moving faster than it ever has. AI has just came out and now it's already integrated in everything. It's a part of everything. Bing has it as a part of their just search engine now. When you search on Bing, ChatGPT is right there. It's just a part of the search now. 3 years, AI won't even be anything. They'll be working on AGI, the artificial general intelligence, which is autonomous, where it thinks for itself. You don't have to prompt it. It'll just do whatever it wants whenever it wants. It'll think whatever it wants. That's only like 2 years away. So these brain implants will be here today. Next thing you know, 2-3 years from now, this will be a normal thing. I feel like it's not... Technology doesn't move the way that we've always seen it happen. You know, like the iPhone came out 15 years ago, and it kind of did things, but it had a lot of bugs and whatever. Now, it does everything that you could ever want it to do. But I feel like technology is moving so fast now, and now they have AI to help them do everything. I think instead of seeing 10-year leaps, 15-year leaps, we're going to see like 2-year leaps. 15 years, we'll be lucky to be here, because the way that technology is moving right now, we're going to end up eradicating ourselves. We are the masters of our own demise. So I don't know. And then, you know, Elon and everybody, there was like 6 big wigs across the world that were like, we need to stop this AI stuff. We're moving too far, too fast. We need to slow down. And for them to make a public announcement like that is kind of telling to me. I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't have any kind of facts to really back this up, but Ghost, I don't want to be a smartphone. Yeah, and that's how close we're about to be. You're not even going to need a phone. You're just going to be like, call so-and-so. You'll be like, hey, brain, call so-and-so. And they're just, bloop. It's going to make the phone call. You're just going to hear them in your ears. We're going to be all programmed. It's messed up. We're right there. Matthew told you, humanity will be over by 2045. There's a chance. Jeremiah, you can prevent it. Good. We could. We need to stop overvaluing our technology. We need to value each other, and we need to protect our humanity. But nobody's doing that. We are individually, but on a big scale, no. We're not protecting our humanity. We like our new flashy toys. It is nobody's fault. I have a saying, and it's, welcome to the future. It sucks. Yeah. True story. Lion's Heart, tech has really gotten creepy. Yeah. Matt C still has limitations, but yeah. See, and what about the bugs? You know, everything that comes out has got bugs. It's got problems. You get a Neuralink. What happens when it glitches? What happens when there's... what if somebody sticks a magnet to your head? That's how we're going to beat the Terminators. We're going to get big stereo magnets and throw them out there like landmines. Just watch them go down. Happy freedom, Jeremiah. Let's see. Saltaregu, I need you to go back into time and find Sarah Connor. Yeah. Yep. That's what they think our simulation is. They think that our life as a simulation, if this is all a simulation we're in, it's because life isn't as we know it. We eradicated it. And so they're having us in a simulation, and they're giving us problems. They're manipulating our world to see how we solve the problems, to see if they can figure out how to fix whatever life is actually like outside of the simulation. That's like the biggest theory that I've read about. If life is actually a simulation, it's just a big experiment to see if we can figure out how to solve problems where they went wrong and ruin their world. What's up, Patty? Happy freedom. This isn't even Coffee with Hooligans anymore. This is Sci-Fi with Hooligans. We're just going ham. Going ham today. Happy Freedom Friday, you hooligans. Let's see. Ghost. You just start twerking, but that's called lagging. That would be hilarious. You're buffering. Your brain's buffering. You're just sitting there twerking. Like Tina on Bob's Burgers. You're just doing it all wrong. I love Bob's Burgers. I love that kind of humor. Bobby, simulated adult interaction. We'll say it like that. I don't know. It's gonna be like Demolition Man. They put on the Oculus Rift, and then they're just simulating like they're doing stuff, and they're like, "What is this?" It's like, well, it's safe. It's safe. It's so we don't procreate. I don't know. Lion's Heart. Hold on. I hope it turns the phone off when I'm sleeping. I would hate to be dreaming about calling someone because I'm nice in real life, but an a-hole when I'm dreaming. I'm the other way around. I'm the other way around. When I'm dreaming, I'm either saving people from terrible things happening in my dream, or I'm the victim of something terrible happening in my dream, or I'm not dreaming. That's all I have on the table. Really sucks. That's why I don't sleep very well. But then in real life, I'm an a-hole. I'm like, I'm not saving anybody. This is bad stuff comes. You're either going with me or you're getting left behind. I ain't got time to sit here and debate people and why your hair is purple and all this stuff. No, this is how we're doing it, or you're getting left behind. That's all there is. We ain't got time to debate it. The world's ending. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the Neuralink thing, I could see a lot of potential bad things, but I think it is so wild that they were just like, yeah, you'll have the ability for telepathy. What? What do you mean? Most Americans can't read, write, or do math, but they're going to be able to move stuff with their mind? What? I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Matthew, sleep is a reboot. If we get the Neuralink mandated on us, I want it to have the Windows sound. Every time I go to sleep, I want to hear doom, 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 doom. Like, I want that. You'd be able to make your own ringtones and stuff. I don't know. You know they'll mandate us, too. That's what they'll do. You think they're coming for the gas stoves? They're coming for your brain waves. They want you plugged in. You commit a crime or something, they just shut you off. They just turn your nugget off. Dave, we'll all be like turtles. Yeah. We're already like cockroaches to them. Lion's Heart. Oh, I save people, but I'm an a-hole. I'm doing it like for real. Yeah. You do what you're told or you won't survive. That's how they do it in the military. You ain't got time to think. You got time to follow orders. That's all you got time for. From what I understand, I've never been in the military, but I've been around enough people that have. Move with purpose. Matthew, voice to skull technology. Yeah. Jesus, Bobby. I can't say that out loud, but that's something. There's a lot to think about here. Matt C, the Matrix. Yeah. Yep. Lion's Heart, the Brave Way thing is real. I wanted to show you guys this, and I keep forgetting to put it on the schedule. And I'm whoa! What is this? That scared me for a second. I thought we were gonna pull up something naughty. Not that I've been searching naughty things. You mind your business. Hold on. There's something I want to show you guys. Not naughty. Something they've been doing in China. We talked about it the other day in schools, and I keep meaning to put it on the schedule, and I keep forgetting. So I'm just gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna find it. Oh, let's see. I looked it up the other day and I thought it was really interesting. And we're going to talk about it here in a second. What is this? Hold on. I got to find the video. Got to find it. I will find it. It's in China. School. Monitoring your brainwaves. Why is it playing this goofy cartoon? They're tricking me. The thumbnail's right, the video's not. Is it this? It is. Okay, bear with me. This is not planned. So, we're gonna make the best of this, but I want you guys to see this information. Alright. Give me a second here. I'm probably blowing out the mic. I got my stuff all up. My apologies for the beats and stuff. I know it's probably not the most pleasant listening experience, but they had a lot of music. I will be lucky if I don't get a copyright flag. There was a lot more music than I was anticipating. But it's worth the risk because it's not a strike, first of all, so it's not going to interfere with me being live tomorrow. But even if I do get a copyright flag for the music, I want you guys to see. Now, what do you think of that? It's pretty crazy, right? I was like reading the chat as we were going through the video, and the majority of you are like, yo, this is like scary. That video is 3 years old. That's not from today. That's not from this week. That is pre-plague. That is 3 years ago that this happened. Where do you think we are today? You see how that technology was looking? The way they were scanning their faces and stuff, the way they're tracking their brain waves and all of that, that's 3 years ago. Our government has this. Our big businesses, they have this. They have all this technology. You think China's not selling that technology to us? Oh, man. Hold on a second. I got to check the door. Just a moment. I'll be right back. All right, my apologies, everyone. Anyways, I think that technology is scary. And I keep telling you guys that Walmart has this. This is how Walmart watches us while we're doing self-checkout and stuff like that. This is kind of an insight on something that already exists. When I seen that for the first time, it was on TikTok. And I was like, wow, that was really crazy. I want to know more about it. So I Googled it, found videos, found it on YouTube, found the exact same video on YouTube, but it's a 3-year-old video. They're beyond this at this point. What's up, Impreza? Happy freedom. I don't know. I think that stuff is super crazy, and that's why I want to show you guys that. I will have to drop the link in the description after the live. I'll have to go find that video again. I accidentally erased it. Either way, I've been wanting to show you guys that for a couple days now, and I keep forgetting, so we just added it to the live. Matthew, no, it wasn't a 3-letter agency. No, it wasn't Pizza Guy. It was the neighbor. It was the neighbor. They were asking me if I could help them with something. I'm like, I can. I'm working right now. Tis what 'tis. Let's see. Impreza just had a double shot at the airport heading to Florida. You be safe out there. How much did it cost? Was it like $8 a shot? That's always so expensive at the airport. Matthew, yeah, I still need to respond to your email. I'm gonna try and do that today. I keep forgetting. I know that you sent me that email, but I'm so busy. I will try and get back to you today. I don't know, but I think that kind of technology is crazy, and they're monitoring those poor kids. They don't even realize it. They are so controlled in China, and they want that here, big time. C1 Spring, I don't know what that is. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Mr. Beans talking about modern day brainwashing. Yeah. I thought it was interesting how they said they're not even sure what the headband is tracking. They don't even know what it's tracking. They're like, well, it's brainwaves, but we don't know exactly what it's tracking. Well, then who made that? Facebook probably. Facebook probably made it with their Oculus technology. Lemon. I'm wearing my EMF hat. Yeah. They're probably tracking us right now. It's probably what those 5G towers are. They're monitoring us. Reading through chat really quick. We got quite a bit more to cover. Nah, Pumpkin, it wasn't China knocking at the door. I wish it was the pizza guy, though. I'm starving. Alright, so this next, we have 2 videos, and this will be how we're going to wrap up the YouTube side of things. We still have 4 more videos that'll be on the non-YouTube platforms because they're too spicy for YouTube after these next 2. But both of these have to do with the same thing. It's just so we can get a full idea of what's going on here. This first video is titled Mississippi Police Shoot 11-Year-Old Boy After His Call to 911. And the protesters, there's a few protesters already involved in this. And I don't think it's this video, I think it's the next one. You'll see there is somebody who is influencing a call to action for protesters. And I wonder if we're going to see protesters in the streets for this.
Right now, there are rapidly growing calls for the firing of a police officer in Indianola, Mississippi, after he allegedly shot an unarmed 11-year-old boy on Saturday. Adarian Murray, who is black, had called 911 to report a domestic disturbance. His family's attorney says he was trying to protect his mother. The Washington Post reports that Murray followed the police officer's commands and had his hands up, but was still shot in the chest. Officials in Indianola have voted to place the police officer on paid administrative leave while the case is investigated by the state. NBC's Steve Patterson is following this for us. Also with me is retired NYPD Detective Mark Claxton. So, Steve, what more do we know about how this young boy is doing and where this investigation stands?
Yeah, Chris, according to the family, after Adarian rounded that corner, met the police officer, he was shot one time in the chest, where he collapsed to the ground. Apparently, after being shot, he was screaming, "What did I do wrong? Why was I shot?" According to medical officials, he suffered a collapsed lung, a lacerated liver, several broken ribs, was rushed to the hospital where he was then put on a ventilator. But the silver lining in all of this, in this terrible story, is that he apparently has been soldiering through treatments at the hospital, and just a day ago was treated at the hospital and released back to the custody of his family. He's doing okay. The mother spoke about what kind of blessing this was that her family got through this. Listen to this.
He's blessed. I don't know how else to describe it, how he survived. That's the only thing I can say, that he was blessed. He have a lot of questions. He asked me in the hospital, like, why they shot him. He was in good spirit, but every now and then I look over at him and he'll just cry.
He has a lot of questions. The family has a lot of questions, including the family attorney. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation says they have a full-throated investigation with that officer on administrative leave. And the family attorney saying that there is not only police body cam video, but also unreleased gas station security cam video that has not been shown to the public yet. Chris.
So like I said, there is another video that's going to give us a little bit more information on what's all going on and what their expectations are, and just shaping up more about this story. Oh, come on now. So we're just going to go right into the second video. It is titled Family Demands Answers After 11-Year-Old is Shot by Police.
Now to the case in Mississippi. The 11-year-old boy shot in the chest by a police officer after that boy had called 911 for help. Tonight, the investigation, the calls for action, and of course the question, how did this happen? Here's ABC's Steve Osunsalmi now.
No justice, no peace. In the middle of the Mississippi Delta tonight, friends and family of an 11-year-old police shooting victim are marching on City Hall in Indianola, calling for the firing of one of their police officers. On Saturday, 11-year-old Adarian Murray was shot in the chest inside his own home by an officer who was responding to a call for help.
This boy was unarmed. He had nothing in his hands, so he could not have perceived a threat.
The issue was with his mom's ex-boyfriend, who she says was violent with her before and showed up at the home again around 4 a.m. Her son, who was woken up by the fighting, was one of the people who called police, so authorities knew there were children in the home.
Once he was like, come out with your hands up, at that moment is when my son came out.
Why the officer then fired his gun and why he pointed it at the child is unclear, and city police aren't commenting at this point.
You're asking someone to come out with their hands up, but you're shooting. I don't understand.
But in a statement, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation says that after the gunfire, the boy received significant injuries and had to be transported to a local hospital.
He was like, I don't want to die. That's what he was saying while I was on the ground. I said, you're not going to die, baby. You're not going to die. Just keep talking.
Tonight, his mother wants the police officer charged.
Her son had a collapsed lung and a cut on his liver. The mayor says that the officer who shot him has been suspended. No word yet on what happened, if anything, to the ex-boyfriend. David?
So many questions on this case, Steve. Thank you.
Well, that's about all the information we're going to get until some more things come out. But as you can see, the attorney, it's a BLM attorney. I imagine you hear the chants. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The kid did survive, which is good. It's interesting that they didn't even talk about the situation. The officer was there on like a possible domestic violence call, and then they go there and shoot the 11-year-old. Like, how'd that happen? And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Nah, Shanti, I missed it. I didn't see that. We'll see how this goes. But thankfully, the kid survived. I don't know if that's going to influence the protesters, but it doesn't always make sense. Sometimes they just need a reason to be there. This could be that reason. And I don't know. It seems like a lot of randomness to this case. They didn't talk about the actual incident for why the officer was there. They didn't say why the officer had pulled the trigger. They're not releasing the body cam footage. They're not releasing the gas station footage. Nah, something's off. Something seems weird about all of this. So we need to see. That's the call. Now we need to see the response. What is the response going to be? Is there going to be people in the streets mad? Or is there going to be justice? Are they going to fire the cop, prosecute the cop, release the body cam footage, and pay the restitution and all that stuff, or whatever it is? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just reading through the chat really quick. This is all we had for the YouTube side of things. We have 4 more videos for all the other platforms. I will be posting links. We're going to do the spiel deal. Then we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. And then we're going to wrap things up for YouTube. We'll have the links all posted. That way you guys can make your way over to Rumble, Odyssey, Kick. I almost said Telegram. Twitch. You can watch on Twitter if you want to. You can watch on jeffmaclive.com. Let's see. Yeah, WMM. Yeah, I don't think so either. You gotta... How do you shoot an 11-year-old who comes out with their hands up? How do you do that? There's no accidentally doing that. Not that I could see. What's up, RS? Happy freedom. It could be LM, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna drop the links. And then we're going to do the spiel deal and all of that. And we're going to wrap things up on YouTube. Let's see. Here's the link to Rumble. Here's the link to Odyssey. Here's the link to jeffmaclive.com. And if you don't know where you want to be and you want to try everything out, here's the link tree. With the link tree, you can go check on all the platforms. And that way you can figure out which non-censored platform you like the best. All right, with that being said, please make your way over to the link tree. On the link tree, all of my links are listed. So go find Gilded. You can join Gilded for free. Gilded is currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live. Every time we go live, there's a news board on Gilded to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. There's also a ton of hooligans to hang out with all day, every day. And we have multiple chats on Gilded, but you can hang out and chat it up pretty much about most things. There is some guidelines on Gilded, but it's not too bad. But definitely go join Gilded for the notifications. You can get it on your phone. You can access it through your computer. It's the best way to be notified, so don't miss a live. Go join Gilded. Also on the link tree, you can find links to the merch store if you'd like to grab some merch. We have shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black, but if you find something you like, just click on that item to see all the different colors that item comes in. You can also find links to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, and Locals if you would like to help support what I do. There's also a link to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to send emails, find addresses, or anything like that. It's really simple. And then finally, we have links for the membership programs. There's memberships for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, and Twitch. And then at the top there, you can see you can claim a free week membership on jeffmaclive.com. There's no strings attached. You're not going to get your credit card charged or anything like that. I don't even think they ask for credit card information. But either way, after the week is over, you'll just lose access to the private areas. With the membership, you'll have access to your own profile for our private social media area. You'll have access to the live streaming area with the built-in chat. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the ability to text, call, video call, group text, group call, group video call, and the ability to upload any kind of digital media that has ever existed. So if you want to share documents that you found and want people to know about, or you want to share pictures of what you're doing this weekend, whatever it may be, you have the ability to do that. It is awesome. The messaging system is awesome. And you can do more on jeffmaclive.com than you can anywhere else. It's the freest place on the internet, so definitely go join jeffmaclive.com. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we're going to wrap things up on YouTube, and we're going to be moving to these alternative platforms for these next 4 videos that we got. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Everybody make your way over to the alternative platforms. What we have next is too spicy for YouTube, but it is worth watching. So go figure out what you want to join. Most people like Rumble, but you can go to Rumble, Odyssey, Kick, Twitch. You can watch on Twitter. You can watch on jeffmaclive.com. For everybody that only watches on YouTube, I really appreciate all of you. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for showing up. We will be live on JeffMAC Gaming as well as Kick and jeffmaclive.com with the game later on today. I don't know if we're going to go live at 8. We might go live at 10. I'm not quite sure yet. I think we're going to be playing Warzone. I got to talk with WMM and see what he's got going on today. If not, we'll most likely be playing Fallout, if not Warzone. I didn't put a poll out because on Friday, the last 2 Fridays, we've been playing Warzone. So just because we can have people on the chat and stuff, and that's a little bit more fun than listening to me getting killed by super mutants on Fallout. But we'll see how it goes. We will be live later on YouTube, somewhere between 8 and 10. So everybody on YouTube, I appreciate all of you. Stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap for you guys. Everybody else, move over to the alternative platforms. Let's see.